Haha. Okay, I caught it pretty early. So welcome. I was on mute there. So anyway, today we are here. Welcome to the Lead Machine, how to book a steady stream of discovery calls each week. We're using a new platform today, so hopefully it's going to go a little smoother than the last couple of times. But yeah, I'm excited. So let me just ask you this. Do you ever feel like your business is just one client away from either breakthrough or breakdown? Like one week you're riding high because you booked 2 calls, and the next week your calendar is empty and you're just staring at your phone wondering if anyone even remembers that you exist. Well, here's the truth. Inconsistent lead flow is the silent killer of coaching and consulting businesses. And unless you solve it, you'll stay stuck in the feast or famine cycle forever. But there's good news. Today, I'm going to show you how to build what I call the lead machine, a simple, repeatable system that fills your calendar with discovery calls every single week with people who are already pre qualified, ready to buy, and actually excited to talk to you. So stick with me until the end because I'll give you the exact steps to start building this machine right away, even if your current outreach feels messy and inconsistent. So for those of you who are new here, I'm Heather Blaze, and over the past 20 plus years, since 1996, I've been helping business owners succeed in their businesses, in every aspect of their business from, well, I'm not going to get into all the details, but anyway, marketing, sales, training, everything. And I've helped business owners, coaches, and consultants break through, and break free from the grind of unpredictable income. And I've built multi-million-dollar businesses for myself, several of them. But what I'm most proud of is helping my clients consistently hit 10K, 20K, even 50K plus months by creating predictable systems for leads and clients so that they can get paid what they're worth around their expertise, their knowledge, their wisdom, their expertise. How do we bundle that into an amazing, valuable offer? And then how do we communicate the value effectively around it so that they can get paid what they're worth, so that they can also have time and money freedom to do what they love to do, whether that's going deeper with their clients, whether that's having the freedom to for self-care so that they can show up their best self to serve others, or having time with friends and family, saving for their retirement, saving for college funds, all that good stuff. Just living a life of freedom of time, freedom of finances. And here's the thing. I've been where you are. Okay. I remember those days of refreshing my inbox, hoping someone had booked a call, or worse, lowering my price just to get anyone to say yes. It was exhausting. But once I figured out how to keep my pipeline full with high quality leads, right? It's one thing to have a lot of leads, it's another thing to have high quality leads. Everything changed, because if you just got a bunch of leads, it's going to be wasting your time. So, and money too, because we don't just want, whoever. We want to have high quality leads that we're going to spend our valuable time with. And that's what I'm going to help you with today. So here's what we're going to dive into. Number one, why most entrepreneurs struggle with booking calls consistently, and why, or not why, but what's really keeping your pipeline dry. The second thing is the 3 core elements of a lead machine that reliably fills your calendar with high ticket prospects. The third thing we're going to dive into is how to create content and messaging that acts like a magnet, okay, pulling in the right clients while repelling the wrong ones. And then the fourth thing finally is the exact steps that you can take this week to start getting a steady flow of discovery calls without relying on luck or burning yourself out. So stay with me, because when you put these things together, you'll never have to wonder again where your next client is going to be coming from. Also, say hi. If you're here with me live, you can put hashtag live and give me a hello. Actually, I don't see, let's see, where are the comments now? This is, like I said, this is a new thing. I'm not going to click around because I might, I might end up hanging out for something. But I'll figure out comments for next time. Anyway, if you're here with me later on the replay, then just put hashtag replay. And let me know if you've got any questions or anything, or anything where you're stuck or you're feeling like you're spinning your wheels and you need an answer, let me know, because after 20 plus years, I've heard it all, and I probably have the answer and can get to you really quick, get that answer to you really quick instead of you being stuck. So anyway, let's start with step one. Okay, let's talk about why most entrepreneurs struggle with consistent calls. Here's the reality. Most business owners don't have a system for leads. They're operating on just this hope marketing, hoping, praying, guessing marketing, I like to call it. They post a little on social media, wait to see what happens, maybe get a referral and hope that somebody reaches out. And that's like trying to farm without planting any seeds, right? You can't pray for rain, or you can, I guess. You can pray for rain all day long, but if you haven't put anything in the soil, there's nothing that's going to grow, right? Maybe some weeds. That's about it. So the biggest mistake is treating marketing like a one-time action instead of a daily consistent process. And I want to add strategic process in there too. So if you only show up when you need clients, your audience can smell the desperation. But when you show up consistently with value, authority, clarity, people start really lining up for the chance to talk to you. And then think of it like maybe going to the gym, okay? A gym routine. You wouldn't expect to get abs by doing 20 sit-ups once a month, right? So the same goes for lead flow. It's consistent reps that bring in results. Does that make sense? And it doesn't have to be all day, every day on every single platform, dancing and singing all over. I said strategic, right? So it needs to be strategic, and doing ads is actually the most it's the easiest, it's the cheapest way to get leads. I mean, you're getting eyeballs on your stuff. If you're just posting randomly, it's going to be really tricky to scale, at least for sure, and to be consistent. So just think about it. If you're doing ads consistently, make sure you know how to do them first. Don't just run ads and do what Facebook tells you because they just want your money. There's a strategic, specific way to run ads, and where you don't have to spend more than $15 a day really to get, at least to start and to see like what's working, what's not working, and to get a few clients on your belt. Um, that's fine. And then once you get more money, you can add more into it and scale appropriately. That's what I do with my clients. But anyway, just think about it, right? You're flipping this switch on that's super targeted towards the specific audience that is out there looking for you that just can't find you. So when it's done properly, right, where you know how to stop the scroll, the noise, how to know how to cut through that noise. When it's done properly, you flip that switch on, it's being done for you 24/7, and you don't have to do anything. Whereas if you're just doing organic posting, it's good to do that too. I mean, look at me. I'm here doing a live right now. This is organic. I don't pay for this. I pay for the platform to stream on different platforms, but it's going to all of them all at once. I do this once a week for 30 minutes or so, maybe 20, 30 minutes, and that's it. It doesn't have to take all day and go crazy and everything, right? Just having that presence, having that consistency, consistent strategy, really. Anyway, I could go on and on about it. So, and I'm not going to do that today. So let's move on to step two, the three core elements of a lead machine. So imagine it like a car engine. Okay. It won't run unless all the parts are working together. So the three elements are: one, having the magnetic messaging. So using these specific words that are going to resonate deeply to get your ideal client to actually buy. Okay, so not just likes, not followers. We want them to buy. So having that magnetic messaging, this is the fuel. If your messaging doesn't speak directly to them, to that ideal client, to their pain points, to their desires, they won't even notice you. So for example, instead of saying, I help people grow their business, I mean, that's so general, right? That's not going to cut through any noise. You could say, I help coaches double their income without burning out on endless content. See the difference, how specific it is and how it just touches like, oh my God, these people are overwhelmed. They're burning out because they're just posting all day in crickets, right? So one makes people scroll past, the other makes them stop and lean in, right? It's very specific. It's coaches. It's like if you're selling tennis lessons and you want to call out tennis players, right? If you're selling yoga retreats, you're not going to call out tennis players. It's not going to land, right? It's not going to stop them in their tracks to pay attention. Make sense? That's really extreme, but I just want you to get it. The second thing too is that consistent visibility, like we talked about a minute ago. So this is the ignition. So you need to be in front of your audience regularly, not once in a blue moon, not only when you're launching something, but consistently. And that could be posting valuable content 3 times a week, maybe 5 times a week. Doesn't have to be crazy, right? Like you can. I've got a program where it can basically not plan, create all the content. I've got an automated website prompts, things that create amazing content, and you can literally probably create your entire content for the entire year in a day and just schedule it out, and it will be done for the whole year, and it's consistent, right? And it's done properly. It's really dialing into the messaging and your irresistible offer, and really hones in on who your ideal client is. It's designed to really grab their attention. So if you want any information on that, just put it in the comments here as well. Put AI, what is it? Put booked with bots in the comments, and I'll send you more information about that. Anyway, you can literally get your content done and no thinking about it. Do however many weeks of content that you want, and it can be done in hours. Anyway, so it could mean, posting valuable content 3 to 5 times a week, like I said, showing up in groups, doing lives like this one, or running targeted ads. So when people see you over and over again, you become the obvious go-to. I just got a client last week that said that. She showed up, and I thought it was I thought maybe she just found me or whatever, and I looked at she was already in my system, and I could see that she's been following me since 2023. So 2 years. I said, "Oh, I didn't realize you were following me for so long." She said, "Yeah, I just wasn't ready then, but now I'm ready, and I just see you over and over again, and you've been around for a long time, so I was ready, and I wanted to reach out, and you seem like the obvious choice." So because I've been consistent, because I've been around, you know what I mean? So anyway, let's move on to number 3. Simple conversion pathway. So this is the steering wheel. So you need a clear, low friction way for somebody to go from interested to booking a call. That might be a link to your bio. It might be a call to action at the end of your post, or maybe just a simple opt-in that leads directly to your calendar. So when I say opt-in, that's kind of marketing talk. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but opting in. So it's where you fill out your name and your email. That's opting in. So they can, you can grab their information, they can book a call, whatever, right? Too many entrepreneurs make it so super confusing. So they bury their links, or they never directly invite people to book a call, or like they never do anything. They just put a quote or something like that, somebody else's quote or something like that, and or they'll talk about what they do, or they'll give them like a band-aid solution, something like that, and never invite people to book a call with them. It can be that easy. Like if you're going to give all these things, it's got to be done in a certain way. Again, strategic, but keep it simple. That's the main thing. Keep it simple, make it crystal clear how people can talk to you. And then when you align all three, right? Magnetic messaging, consistent visibility, and that simple pathway, um, your calendar starts to fill up on autopilot. Okay. So let's move on now to step 3, and we're going to discuss about content that really attracts the right clients. So let's zoom in on the messaging for a second, because the truth is your content is either attracting clients or it's repelling them. Okay, so think of your content like a storefront window. If your window is cluttered with random stuff, people will walk by it without even noticing, or like it just might be too much, right? Just think about I don't know if you've ever seen, I don't know, I don't know if they're still around. I mean, maybe, but I haven't seen one in a while. But you used to walk by these stores, and it would be like, we're selling hot dogs and donuts and tacos, and like it was like everything under the sun, and they'd be dead because they were just kept adding stuff, adding stuff. But it just made it look cluttered, and they were like hand painted things, and I don't know, it'd just be a mess, right? People just wouldn't go in because they were like, "Who? What is this place? What are the like? I don't know. It doesn't look very good, right?" So if your window has one beautiful, clear display that speaks to exactly what they want, like fresh cut giant Italian sandwiches or something like that, right? They'll stop in their tracks, or maybe not that specific, but sandwiches, right? It's like, oh, people feel like sandwiches are going to go there, right? When people feel like tacos are going to go there. When people know what they're going to get, and that's why franchises work so well. You know what you're going to get. You may not like Starbucks, but if you're in the middle of a new place, I remember back in the day, I used to go to Oklahoma City. I used to own a lot of real estate in Oklahoma City. And when I first started going there, I didn't know of any good coffee shops. I didn't really like Starbucks, but I didn't know if but I knew that I knew what I was gonna get, right? Instead of trying some other coffee shop that might have, like, really gross coffee, really weak coffee, at least I knew what I was gonna get. It was good enough, better than if I was gonna get, like, a weak, watered down type of coffee. Does that make sense? So I would opt for Starbucks. Normally, I wouldn't have done a Starbucks in my own town because I know the good coffee shops, but anyway, I think you get my point. So, again, just, having that, right? And this is why generic content doesn't work. It's saying something like 5 tips to grow your business is just not going to cut it. But saying something like how to book 3 to 5 high ticket clients this month without spending a dime on ads, now that makes somebody pay attention, right? So here's the trick. Write your content as if you're answering the question your dream client is secretly Googling at 2 a.m. when they're stressed out. Okay, I'm just going to pause there to just let that sink in. Because when your words hit their exact pain point, they'll feel like you're inside their head, and that builds instant trust. Okay. Tons of my clients, when they become clients or when we get on the calls with them, they're like, I just literally said that to my husband, like, the day before I saw you say that. It's like, how every time I'd watch something that you said, she's like they would say, "I just was thinking that in the shower yesterday." Like, "Are you spying on me?" Right? Like, that's how much it resonates, right? And that's what I teach my clients how to do. How do you resonate so deeply by getting into the psychology of your ideal client? So I walk my clients through my niche encoding system, my proprietary niche encoding system. It's a bunch of exercises that I walk them through that helps them dig in and helps them figure out, okay, what are these exact words that are going to resonate with their ideal client so that their messaging just starts attracting the right people. Anyway, let's move on to step 4, the exact steps to start this week. So, how do you actually start building your lead machine right now? So, number 1 is you need to pick a clear offer, and not just any offer, it's got to be irresistible. Pick a clear, irresistible offer. You only need one. You can do others, but pick one because again, it has to resonate. If you've got all these different offers, how do you effectively communicate the value of them, right? In your messaging. So, one clear, valuable offer or irresistible offer. Don't confuse people with 5 different things. The second thing is identify the top 3 pain points your ideal client is struggling with. The third is create 3 pieces of content this week that address those pain points specifically with practical value, but also show that working with you the real solution. Okay, that's the key. Like, why should they work with you? Why are you different? Right? They have to really feel like she can get me the answer that I need. She can or he can, really help me with this. And then the fourth piece is end each piece with a clear, direct CTA, right? Call to action. So if this resonates, book a call with me here. Say something like that, right? Very clear. But that's it. Don't overcomplicate it. Start small, stay consistent, and you're going to start to see your calendar fill up. So again, let me give you a little bonus strategy. Okay. One of the fastest way to accelerate lead flow is to leverage social proof. If you don't have any, that's okay. You can still give case studies and things like that that are similar to what you would do anyway. So it's proving that it works, just not that you've done it in that specific thing, but you can of course, you're not going to say, I did this if you didn't, but you can talk about the case study and say, here's a case study that shows that it worked, right? If you want the same results, book a call because you know you can get those results for them, right? Even though it wasn't maybe you that did it. So that's for just a little quick tip for those of you that are starting out that you may not have a lot of testimonials. Another thing that if you don't have testimonials for your what you offer people, you can get testimonials from friends, family about your character. Those are fine too. You know, they might say, oh, she's so positive all the time and always lifts me up when I'm around her. Like it can be a testimonial like that because I mean maybe it's not getting the result, but it's a testimonial of your character. And you know, oh, she's always shows up, she's always there for me, whatever it is, right? So let me give you an example. One of my clients was really struggling to book calls, and we shifted her content in to include more client wins. Okay. If you've got the client wins, use the client wins. You can put in case studies and other stuff, character things too. But she screenshot the screenshots of the messages, short stories of the results. Okay. Even quick testimonials. Uh, once we started putting those out there, within 2 weeks, her DMs were blowing up with people asking how they could work with her. Why? Because prospects don't just believe what you say, they believe what others say about you, right? So think of it like Amazon reviews. You're way more likely to buy the product with 500 5-star reviews than the one with no feedback, right? So your business is no different. If you've got results, even small ones, showcase them because they're one of the most powerful magnet leads that you can use. And, you know, if this is hitting home for you, if you're ready to stop wondering where your next client is coming from and finally want to build a business that consistently brings in high ticket clients, then don't wait. What you need to do is hit the subscribe button so that you never miss a strategy like this and go sign up for my free training where I'll walk you through step by step through the exact system that my clients use to hit those 10K, 20K, 30K, 50K plus a year, sorry, per month, and beyond. Okay. Spots are filling fast. So grab yours today by following the link in the description below. And let's recap. Let's recap what we talked about today really quickly. We discovered why most entrepreneurs struggle with consistent calls, the 3 core elements of a lead magnet, how to create magnetic content that attracts the right clients, the right ready to buy clients, and the exact steps to start this week. So here's what I want you to do and what I want you to remember. You don't need to do all the things. You just need to do the right things consistently. So plant the seeds, water them daily, and your calendar will never be empty again. And stay tuned because in my next video, I am going to show you how to turn those booked calls into consistent 10K plus clients without ever feeling pushy or salesy. You don't want to miss this. So hopefully that was helpful for you. Again, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And because I'm here every week and would love if you come live and also post some comments in here of things that you would like me to talk about. What are you struggling with? What are you stuck on in your business? What do you feel like you're spinning your wheels? So I can directly give you the answers live on one of these broadcasts. All right. And even if you're not live, you can always leave them in the comments. Just put a question there or what you'd like me to talk about, and I will be happy to do a video about it and help you get unstuck and to your next high ticket client. Anyway, that's all for today. You can check out my next video.